is a bit of a favorable choice. Point will win the knife. And I think it does make a difference because today we were able to watch Copenhagen Flames move around every map. And in the end, that could have made the difference as far as I know.
Yep, so we did see that Endpoint were able to win the knife round here, so they'll get to choose that CT side first, which obviously this map does favor CTs, no doubts about it. Very easy to do well on the CT side here. There's a lot of ways to be aggressive at A, still be able to fall back in the later stages of the round. Obviously, quick rotations are very possible for CTs in this map. One of the fastest rotates in the map pool is actually taking place in overpass between the two sites. So yeah, we'll see what they can do.
And here we go, jumping into the pistol round. We have Thomas with some utility, Crucial with a kit. It looks like Syman, though, have some ideas about coming out towards Monster, lining up, holding for that specific peak. Robin gets one before he will go down. Surreal backing up. An interesting smoke choice coming in from Thomas there to separate the Barrels player from the players coming out Monster. And it seems like Syman are content to just get Monster control, take that pick, and sit and wait. A lot of pressure on Endpoint now to make the next play because they really have no info as to what's going on.
And not at all. As smoke begins to fade, though, and so Thomas is now getting a little bit of vision. He does have some support inside water area. He's got another teammate as well, very nearby, but that flash comes in just as Surreal peels off, so it makes things a little bit awkward on the timing, and Norbert and company now just sweeping through the site. Very good spacing, absolutely overwhelming their opponents, and they've torn this one apart.
Those are some entries, okay? They make that look easy. All the players committing together, and that is what good spacing and hitting your shots looks like. They just took that site by storm. And that opening duel favors the teams where you trade out that Monster player, and all of a sudden you just sit still. Rarely do you see teams get the first kill on B and kind of sit still and wait. So I bet Endpoint were a little nervous there, and then the hit ends up coming out not ready for it. Syman now will buy up what they can. Endpoint going to be doing the same. Always a chance for Deagles. Overpass has a lot of tight angles in towards water and Monster Tunnel if you can get close. Connector. All these places are deadly for pistols, but looks like Syman are going to send the MAC-10s for info early. Not a bad idea. I like their thinking.
Yeah, just getting that fast, short B control. If you can get that, it gives you so much leverage because you can obviously split B with it, but now you also can use a control connector, and it gives you that fast rotation as T's to kind of bounce between the sites and keep CTs guessing. That's Norbert's definitely putting that pressure on B. He's already done a fair amount of damage to a couple of players in that area, so just kind of adding on to already having some good map control is also just kind of shaving off some health early before you actually start going for the main duels. As you can tell, they're being cautious, though. I mean, I'm sure that they're aware Endpoint's probably force buying here. They don't want to just run into, some type of stack or someone playing a tricky angle. They don't want to give the scout a chance for, like an easy far-range shot to get them, down to very easy, finishing off territory. So kind of just, biding their time, minding their P's and Q's. But now you start to see Yaz take control of party. They're starting to get some more forward angles. A good little boost here, though, from Endpoint to give them a lot of information and even a kill. Thomas taking out Norbert. And so Endpoint actually have the quick 5-on-4, but a few of their players are very vulnerable when it comes to health, so there's still a way back in for Syman.
Oh, the gap in the smoke gives Mo a bit of room to creep up. Robin, that was a shot he wished he had back. If he connects that, Mo will fall instead. It's an open A site. Mighty Max, the left right-click nade. It will land perfectly. Anilin. And now, Endpoint, what do they do? Right? Because you have pistols. The armor's worth its money. Do you try a retake? It looks like they are just going to shift back. Maybe go for some exits. Connector. Krias will deal with that. Syman will go up to nothing. They hang on to the AKs. They lose the MAC-10s. That seems like a perfectly fair trade to me.
Yeah, Endpoint electing to just back off. And the thing is, because they're saving a Deagle, a CZ, and a MAC-10, and another Deagle actually also in Thomas's back pocket, they'll actually be able to have a similar type of buy next round that they had to this one. And they forced some rebuying out of the T side. So not too shabby. Like, you basically have to do it all over again and maybe get a better result next time, because Thomas can drop this Deagle to either Robin or Crucial, so they don't have to buy anything. Except for maybe light armor if they so choose. So, yeah, all in all, not bad. Syman weathered the storm, but Endpoint at least able to do some economic damage, and they still have a shot to maybe do even more in this one.
Just a little bit of utility bought up around what they were able to save. I believe there was just armor bought up. One set, so nothing too much, just nothing crazy. Hoping to get an AK, maybe snowball the round. But any economy damage, especially the way they get doing it now, will be welcome from Endpoint. And Syman just spread, do a nice simple default here, Dust. And nothing too risky. I like it. Slow CS wins you rounds in situations like this. Norbert will take the first and not overextending. Syman seemed to be mitigating risks very well so far, and I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah, not overextending, as you said, getting that first pick, just kind of backing off, knowing that there's probably going to be some type of quick response from Endpoint, considering the fact that they're on just pistols. They're probably going to want to try to make a play to even the odds, or eventually, in a round like this, if you're Endpoint, you have to gamble something, whether it's a stack or a push or something to give yourself a chance to win. If you play standard with just some pistols, you're probably not going to get a whole lot accomplished. So Norbert kind of realizing that, not wanting to get trapped in Monster, backs off, and they just kind of play out the 5-on-4. Now they're starting to just play standard map control, smoking the end of long A, giving them that breathing room, forcing Endpoint to respect the fact that there could be a take towards that area for some type of A split. Kind of, you know, allows them to kind of split the CT's attention in multiple directions and then just kind of go for something standard again, as they look like they are looking like a B split. I mean, they're getting control of the short B now. There's actually no one B. Endpoint gambled on a stack towards A side, which, again, you can't fault them, but unfortunately for them, they're going to be making the wrong choice.
Robin, close. On Kios. And not the best gun to be picked up, the Galil. I wonder if Robin will just go commit with this, see if he can't get a kill or two, because the buy will be coming out next round. But any money you can save as a CT, I recommend doing so, just because it takes a bit more time to build that money on the CT side. And Korea in connector, only good for one, so they'll get actually a Galil AK Mac 10 out of this. So I'm basically can squeak 2 buys out of this if all 3 stay alive.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing, obviously, Crucial might want to try to see if he can't get another Mac 10 kill. I mean, that would be ideal just to get that extra bit of money, and then carrying over a Mac 10 to the next round is probably not going to be too viable. But obviously, say on the AK and the Galil, definitely want to do that. Especially the Galil having been buffed not that long ago is actually still a really, really good weapon. And then, you know, goes without saying that Thomas being able to get an AK is great news.
The op will come out from Crucial, no hesitation. Mac 10 is gone. Mighty Max, we'll see what weaponry he'll have in his hands. He's going to take the Mac 10, so it is still going to be in play, Dust.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to get use out of it with everyone on Syman having, you know, full head armor and AKs across the board, but I guess maybe you could try to make some type of aggressive play or play a close angle and see if you can't somehow put it to use, and it means that a little bit of money is being saved up there by Mighty Max for future rounds. When you're thinking long term, that's always nice. And he is indeed playing a tricky angle with this Mac 10. He's up close if someone decides to come through Squeaky into short B, and he also still has like a pretty close range duel against the short pipe if someone from Monster transitions over that direction. So kind of has his bases covered. In the meantime, Robin going up close on long. There's no bait and switch play inside A site, though. He's doing this completely solo, which means Kiosk can focus all his attention on clearing this angle. And yeah, that's where you really want a bait and switch setup. That way someone can kind of hold Kiosk's attention so Robin can kind of jump out later, but it doesn't happen. In the meantime, though, Surreal does get the defense on B working out pretty well. Shuts down Norbert, who's been kind of a thorn in their side at Monster throughout the previous round. So at least it gets it back into a 4-on-4.
Mighty Max can call all the rotations here. If he can just live in water, which seemingly he can tell everyone to rotate up to A. Syman about to execute on a stacked site, quote-unquote. Yes, Endpoint have one less player here, but the op and Crucial, if they can pick one just as the smokes are landing or before they execute, just like that, now all of a sudden it's fair game. Kios is gone, and Crucial's going to continue to post up. That's actually a teammate smoke, so that'll allow Syman to creep up on that, but 20 seconds, they pretty much have to go to A here, and all the good guns have made it to this place. That's an interesting flash from Crucial behind the APC. Thomas loses first fight, and double entry from Mo. The Opera with a rifle makes it work now. Can Surreal stop the plant? Gets one. Elan goes down, gets him off the bomb, and Mighty Max is quick on the flank, and that will get it done. Mighty Max, one of the flanks. Surreal picks up 3, and Endpoint, they get involved on the board.
Really well done. Like you said, Mighty Max holding short B control that entire time, being able to call for them to have a pretty safe over rotation to A side. Great work there by Surreal, Crucial, picking the timing on his op pick through long, and then also that counter incendiary when Syman was using that smoke to press up close. He knew the clock was low, put that incendiary down, forces Syman to respect it. That eats even more clock, and even with Mo's entries, it just didn't matter. They didn't have time to secure a bomb plant once Endpoint kept putting the pressure on, and now you can see Syman on a low buy just doing what they can at B.
Gets one, and he finally gets his head taken off by Krias with the back 10. But there's just so much damage done, and Thomas, easy mop up from him with the M4. They all gave him those 1v1s, and he took them all with pleasure, one after another. Endpoint, 2 quick rounds back to back. And just like that, Syman's cash is depleted, and it's just a beautiful hold. That sight smoke helped Thomas, and he made it look easy there, Dust.
Yeah, I mean, the MAC-10s, the AKs just buying up all that they could. It was a nice thought to kind of change up the pace, do something faster after playing kind of a lot of standard rounds, building up to that point. But Thomas just, you know, like you said, putting that smoke down, playing smart. Big kills from him. Now Syman basically on a full save other than 2 P250s. And it's going to be just easy pickings for Endpoint. No real resistance that can be put up by Syman. Although Norbert and Nealon actually do get a couple of kills, so it's not too shabby considering what they were working with. But all in all, Endpoint will tie the game up now 3-all. But back onto the bye will be Syman. I think it's actually one of the first times we're going to see an AWP in play as well for Syman, as Mo is going to have it in his hands. We'll see if that allows him to have a little bit more of an option now that he is able to maybe get into a more favorable position with that weapon.
It seems like Syman are heavily favoring monster pushes early on. Maybe they've done a little bit of digging on Endpoint, because I'll hold that thought for now, as Mighty Max is going to jump in water. As Norbert just behind the smoke, Mighty Max sees him first. No one there to trade from Syman, and Mighty Max go right back to this rail position. We've seen him play it before. Nealon finds Surreal. I suppose a peek that might not needed to happen towards Monster, and all of a sudden, the round that started so nice for Endpoint, getting water control, falls apart.
And they did really great with their utility, and they've done so consistently to control short B. If you control short B as a CT team and be able to maintain it, that's always great news. It gives you that intel. It puts the pressure on T's. They feel like they, you know, are limited in their options, but unfortunately, they just couldn't be efficient in their trading. We did see, I believe that was Krias from Connector being able to get a pretty big kill and actually taking the advantage for Syman, as now they're looking to waylay their way into this A-bomb site. There's really no resistance here on the side itself. There's still one CT at middle, kind of having to worry about pushes up Connector and bathrooms. He's just kind of biding time, waiting for a rotation. Bomb is definitely going to go down, but actually Robin picks the perfect time to strike to slow it down even further, but it is traded.
Oh, if Robin could have got 2 there, would have been perfect. Thomas, will he get good timing on the peak on Kiosk? He does. Maybe another. Look at the HP here. Mighty Max gonna clean it up. It's just Krias in bathroom in the clutch position, tagged down at 8 HP. Mighty Max will peek, and Endpoint will do it again. Just when you think Syman are set up for success, just one kill can mess up the setup from Syman. They seemed on edge as soon as Robin peeked.
Yeah, Robin did a really good job disrupting them. He played it safe. He played in bathrooms. He didn't show his hand until he needed to. He slowed down that bomb plant. That buys that just extra little bit of time for Endpoint to rotate and get to position. And I think that this missed shot from Mo is probably the one that wins Endpoint the round. It allowed Thomas to get some breathing room out of bathrooms. It allowed Mighty Max to slip to the truck, as obviously Mo on site was really focused on the player pushing bank. And it was just, you know, great timing by Endpoint through and through there. And now Syman, really rough buy, if I'm honest, Esau. Like, there's no utility, there's no AWP. Their options are so limited. They have to just rely on being scrappy and winning, like, one-on-one duels, which Endpoint are given to them. Like, you probably should play this a little bit better knowing that Syman's economy is low, but instead they just kind of take a fight there, and that's exactly what Syman want.
Yeah, waiting for just that. Now we're going to get the boost here on the rail, the pixel boost out on this wall. Look over the wall, clear barrels. A good trade back from Mighty Max, but you're still down a man. Those trades always favor the T's. As Mighty Max going to get his nade in. Here comes Mo, though, through water. Mighty Max completely alone, no support. I believe he does have a smoke in his hand, so he'll throw that mid-sight smoke. And it bounces towards barrels. He'll give him space, but he gets just pushed. Demolished by Mo. The molly will be late. On time, but late in a way. And it's just crucial, trying to back on out of here. 4 players alive from Syman. They pick up the pace, they change their approach, and just like that, Endpoint kind of handed to him on a platter.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Endpoint just didn't really have a full idea on Syman's economy. Like, obviously, we have the advantage of knowing for sure what they actually have to work with. But if you actually have someone on your team, whether it be your coach or one of the players just kind of keeping tabs on your opponent's economy, they probably should have known that, yeah, Syman can buy here. They're not going to have a lot of utility. They're going to be sacrificing if they buy. And that's the case. Force them to execute. Like, force them to do a side take, because they had one smoke. So they were able to smoke off Heaven at B, but that was it. So, in theory, they aren't going to have the utility they need to do, like, a full set piece, and they're not going to have utility left over for post-plant. So that's when you can leverage your own utility advantage to, do the chip damage with your grenades, flush people out of position with incendiaries, like, force them to take the fights. Instead, they kind of gave up some duels, and that's exactly what Syman wanted. That was their only win condition, was for someone to give them a fight. And Endpoint obliged them, and they certainly took full advantage of it, as it's now tied up 4 apiece.
Crucial taking his op for a bit of a pick. That nade, I like that idea from Syman. They don't want anyone to be peeking that, and they make sure to double nade it. An airstrike sends Crucial packing just above half health. We'll see a bathroom setup, perhaps the AWP. In the meantime, Mighty Max going back to his watering hole, if you will, in towards water. It's kind of been his place of success. Get a kill and fall back. He's been able to hold this countless rounds in a row. And I'm going to pick up my thought where I left off one time. Syman really loved creeping out Monster. Norbert can get a kill and get out consistently, and he's going to keep doing it. I'm not surprised. It feels like it's uncontested most rounds.
Yeah, mostly Endpoint playing it from barrels or putting their emphasis on controlling short B rather than actually defending Monster upright. Now they actually do go for a timing peek at Monster, though. Thomas is going to be holding that angle with the Silence Stem 4, but Norbert has already backed off, and I'm not even sure if he's aware that Thomas has crossed. Now that there's a smoke there, he'll know that it's possible that someone crossed, so he'll probably be a little bit more cautious about it. And indeed, he even just backs off. It looks like Syman are directing their attention towards trying to go for some of A split. Now Robin and Crucial have an interesting setup inside the bathrooms, though, where they can kind of bait and switch off of one another and make things really difficult on Syman. So this could be a really key duel here in these bathrooms.
Crucial gets the first Robin hold. It's a sandwich, just like that, the 1-2 punch. The smoke will be dropped from Robin, and he's going to push. This allows him to isolate Norbert. Beautiful isolation there of those fights. As Robin is blind, still alive. Krias needs this kill. He's jiggling. He knows the off is there, and a flawless round by Endpoint. They hang on to B with good utility usage and well-timed nades, and flush them up to A.
Really well done there by Robin and company inside the bathrooms, just playing off of each other, making it awkward for Syman. They had done enough Endpoint to pressure B and kind of route Syman over to A, and then just had the perfect setup inside bathrooms to counter their push. And so, be a sign of good things to come. Tech 9 buy here from Syman, though. They're going to go fast B, and the Tech 9's beefy now. I'll tell you that, Seaside.
Tech 9 definitely is a bit more chunkier than what it has recently been. Of course, doesn't happen, but yeah. The Tech 9, I agree. They are...
Yeah, the movement accuracy on the Tech 9 now is actually unbelievable. It's kind of back to back in the day when the Tech 9 was like ridiculously overpowered. It's kind of almost back to that same level. So I am imagining a world here very soon where you're going to start seeing Tech 9 buyouts actually be very successful.
We saw a Tech 9 ace in the pistol round today, a couple BO3s ago. He was moving for every shot, so
yeah,
I can't wait.
Yeah, Valve had this really weird problem where they either overpower a weapon and let it sit there for months on end and do nothing about it, or they completely nerf it into oblivion where it doesn't get used anymore at all. Like, they don't ever really find a good middle ground. And I feel like the Tech 9 is kind of back to being like ridiculously powerful. But we haven't really seen it in play a whole lot yet, but I imagine people will start putting it to use soon. Either way, not much Syman can do in this round. Mostly just Eagles, no utility. Seems like this should be a cleanup round now for Endpoint, especially now that they've gotten the first 2 kills.
Nice try by Mo. One more bullet would have sealed the deal with Surreal. Crucial. Holding bathrooms, he has a rifler holding his close angle. Kiosk gets one. There was a moment where I thought he was going to connect both. And it's just Norbert. Don't see him getting out of here or getting a kill, and he won't till fall. Syman have been halted at 4, and Endpoint continue to build that bank. That ever so elusive CT side bank, which can be hard to build up. But they're kind of finally getting to that point where they've gotten at least 3 buy rounds under their footing now, so nearly good for the half. And I'm very confused why Surreal isn't upgrading. You might as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of money there. It is a little bit of greed if you're trying to hold on to an MP9 and what is a full buy round for Syman. But obviously, if he can make it work in a close angle, then he looks like a genius and they farm even more cash. And there's a save for Syman next round, so gets even more out of it at that point. So we'll see how it plays out. Syman, though, are getting a little bit of control, at least over towards Party. They're pressuring bathrooms nicely. Robin is able to get away, however, and Surreal, he's trying to be sneaky up connector, but he could get backstabbed by Kriaz, and there's people at Party paying attention to this angle, and Yutami's just not going to favor him there. Kriaz able to get that kill. MP9 not going to be useful. And now Syman have a man advantage here really early in the round. They still have a lot of time to play with. They have all their bases covered. It's going to be tough for Endpoint now.
They've also forced Crucial back to sight as he slowly creeps forward again. And he will get shot from Mo. He seemingly had that flower pot player dead to rights. But a good peek from Mo from Sandwich. And now they're up 2. Good rotation in from Endpoint, but it's going to be such a hard hold. Robin in the fire, only gets the one, and it's just Thomas now. Can he hang on? Money Max is on his way, and Thomas, the spray transfer will not connect. A low Kriaz, and Money Max just gets banged out through the wall.
Yeah, that was just like a series of individual plays that all go wrong. You know, like, I can't blame Surreal for playing that spot with the MP9. If you're going to keep the MP9, that's one of the better spots you could probably use it at, so that's fine. I think their biggest problem is when they lost him in connector and they're in a 4-on-5, they feel pressured to make a play to even the odds, and that's fair, but they didn't really do it together. Like, Surreal is just, like, pushing a smoke to middle, completely exposed to bathrooms, and his teammate wasn't really covering that for him. The angle that he had didn't really keep Surreal safe from being blindsided from bathrooms. So they needed either smoke bathrooms off, or Robin needed an angle that actually defended Surreal's blindside. And when that didn't happen, it all piled on. And now Syman used that to edge closer on the scoreboard, and now they have only kill this round as well.
Oh.
Right,
that was a bit of a weird kind of series of events. Robin hanging on to bathrooms. He's a one-man wrecking machine who needs to play together. And now Mo is just like itching, scratching his head, as now Robin will run out of bullets. He'll finally go down. Thomas tried to help him out, but he couldn't get there in time.
Yeah. See, that's the thing about Counter-Strike Seaside. Like, you can do all the theory crafting in the world, but at the end of the day, someone can still pull off an individual play, pop a couple of domes, and forget your logic. It's out the window. It's like if in chess, besides just making all the moves and playing out strategically, if someone could just come up and freaking flip the table on you.
Just tell you I'm not playing chess today.
Yeah.
Just walk
now
away.
We're boxing.
Yeah.
And then he just punches you in. It's like slap chess, what I have to call it. You know?
Everyone
Instead of
gets
hitting
one
the clock
slap
after every
per
move,
game.
you get slapped in the face. And eventually someone can't take it anymore. You know? So Counter-Strike, in very many ways, can be played as chess, and it can be a very beautiful game. But sometimes it can be beautiful in the way that someone just pops off, and that's exactly what happened there with Robin inside the bathrooms. And now Moa's left just kind of chilling with the AWP. Not much he can really do. Their economy it's pretty awful, if we're honest. Like, it's not in the greatest of places. So saying this op is certainly the right move.
He needs a back on up.
Yeah. Endpoint off to a good CT side now. Like, it started off kind of shaky, a little bit back and forth, but now they're in good control.
Yeah, Syman got their 5. If they can get 6, they'll be okay with that. I'm very convinced. I don't know. I don't know how to explain that shot, but he'll take it.
Oh yeah, he's loving that.
And we'll see. Do you force around an op when you have 2 players loaded? I think this is clearly a buy round in my mind for Syman. I don't think you can
there's only
justify
2 rounds
doing
left
it
in the
any
half,
other way.
and at least you have an op into this round guaranteed. So you probably buy around this for sure, 100%. With as much money as they have, you definitely just go ahead and buy here.
Plus, you'll be getting 3,400 next round, so you could even, like, half buy. Yeah.
Peace. Get flicked on.
Love to see it. Yeah, there
we
go.
You know what they could really use right now over at Syman? A nice raise rocket. Like, that's exactly what...
Yes, a double Q up to the high ground and a rocket coming flying at you.
Yeah. Oh, wait, we're in Counter-Strike, a superior game. Got it.
They look the same, though. Just playing.
So here we go. This time, Syman able to get really fast short B control, so that's nice. Money Max, good little hot flash though from a teammate, and he's just the king of that area, man. That's his domain.
Beautiful. Yeah, I would stop messing with him there. Griaz does eventually peek him, but Thomas, the last lone ranger here towards the B side, has support now from Crucial in heaven with an op. That smoke sets the divide for Syman. Trying to figure out where Thomas is. Where did he go? Kiosk gonna creep on site. He does the solo play, and it leaves Mo alone. Full blind. And an what does he do? 57 seconds. Another 1v3 for Mo with the AWP.
Yeah, he's boned. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that one out there.
Yeah, it's someone's even pushed into water unless they get this to him. Nice shot. Hang on. I don't think they'll do that again as Thomas gets ready to peek.
Okay now. You would hope they don't give him a bunch of 1v1s. That's the one way you lose this round, is if you give this guy a bunch of 1v1s with 30 seconds left.
It shouldn't happen. But does he clear the close corner? Oh, he does. The op from Crucial misses. Mo upgrades to the rifle. Pushing up now. Crucial dancing and through the box this easy. Okay. Weird round. Weird. But Endpoint gets a 9. So you know what? All that matters is the number, not how you
Hey,
got
Endpoint,
there.
word of advice. When you have a 3v1 against an opper and you have bombed out on site, probably don't push him.
That sounds like some sound
Probably
advice.
don't give him ways to win. Crucial absolutely just saved the day. His team almost coughed that one up. That was really, really dangerous. And now we are in the final round of the half. Syman buy up what they can, which actually isn't too shabby all considered. Like, they have a couple of Galils. Sure, that's not ideal. No op, limited utility, but still a decent amount of firepower. Certainly could still make something happen this round.
Oh, they peek into Monster. They thought the flash would be good enough. Mo and Nealon, easy kills. Thomas stuck towards sandbags. It's typically a one-and-done position. Will they clear it, though? Can't keep Kriez in towards water. Now Robin's flank is made basically irrelevant. Unless Crucial can really draw some attention and Robin can get another one. This round seems locked up.
Yeah, don't really see a way back in. Endpoint obviously going for it, final round of the half, but 2 versus 4 with great positioning from Syman. Again, there's just not really many ways back into this, and Syman will get their 6th round. Honestly, though, not a great half from Syman. If it wasn't for the 3-0 start, they'd be actually getting crushed right now. And honestly, Endpoint, they could have very easily been up 11-4. They made 2 really critical error rounds, in my opinion. That cost them an even bigger lead. They're still well out in front, and again, aside from being down 0-3 at the beginning of the half, they actually played all the gun rounds really well. Pretty dominant performance, but it could have been even better if they would have just tidied up a couple of rounds where I feel like there was 2 separate rounds where Syman had like very little utility. Like that round that they just lost, and then there was one other round like earlier in the half where it was like 5 AKs but not much utility around it, and they still decided to just give them fights, which is the only way Syman can win. So they don't have utility for the execute. So I just feel like if they would tidy that up a little bit, they could have had a much bigger half.
Up connector come Endpoint. Looking to go towards bathrooms. They do have Mighty Max with some utility. I imagine he'll smoke jump up, flash his teammates in, or they may elect to contact it and use that utility for post plants. But Syman yet to really move from their starting positions. With no information to really go on, there's no reason to move. So a lot of pressure on Kios here.
Going to be shivering his boots in a second, as all these T's are certainly going to be putting the pressure on any moment now. He's able to back off, get into bank, call for the rotation, and all is well.
Appears we have a 5-on-5 retake. There is a kit in the hands of Kriez, and Thomas is pushed up. Surreal is with him. They're going to double peek this. Can they trade this out or at least get a kill? Good kill in from Surreal. Makes taking bank oh so difficult. They're going to have to send more numbers to Syman. That Thomas is close. 1 for him. He'll finally go down to Norbert. As he's trying to come out with a P2000, flicking every way as it's Nealon to get one. Crucial still on site. He has 2 players in bathrooms who can clutch up and win this. The kit is in Kriez's hands as Norbert looks to frag out. Kriez for 1. Nearly has time. Has to kill Robin now. And I think it's just gone. It slipped away. And Robin will take his time. The bomb will go up. And Endpoint will hit double digits.
Dude, Norbert almost made me dizzy, bro.
His
I was
flicks
starting
are
to get
crazy.
vertigo watching him play. That was wild. Like you said, he was just all over the place. Like a million sensitivity.
Who needs multiple players to clear multiple angles? Just send Norbert in. And
Just
have
send
him do a
Norbert out
spin.
there and let him spin his mouse around one time. Nailed it. Man, that actually made me motion sickness, dude. Give me a second. Let me recover.
Yeah, you know, understandable. He's all over the place, but hey, If you can play high
Speaking of which,
sense, there you go.
at the fountain.
I like it.
Or
A
is that
lot
a
of
wishing
info.
well? When you can throw coins in a fountain and wish on that as well, I guess. We'll just go with it's a fountain. Definitely not a well.
I bet Norbert's making a couple wishes.
Yeah.
I wish I had a rifle and teammates to
I
hold
wish they
B.
came here.
I wish they peeked me. The wish of his teammates to hold B, though. I know you're not supposed to talk about your wishes, but they might come true. As Surreal, though, comes up through connector, deals with those short players, and now it's a 1v1. Mo versus Surreal. Mo picks up a Mac 10 with the aim punch. That's not ideal. He can't make it to the AKs. And I think Surreal has a good idea.
Oh, time is going to be everything here.
Oh.
Oh, my
Wow.
God. That's tough. All that effort to try to reel it back in after Syman popped off in the B-bomb site was all for naught. Syman pull another one over on Endpoint. They have really done well in like these low econ scrappy rounds, and Endpoint they've just not been tidy enough in those types of rounds.
Seems like I'm going to start to make more wishes when I push up towards that well. Hopefully my teammates in pubs can start holding B like that. That was ideal. Early nades from Syman. Some damage dealt towards Thomas. What's become pretty meta and normal is CT's nading open squeaky door if they're not aggressing in towards water. This allows your jump spots not only spot connector, but water. And if you do a boost, you can look in the door. And let's be honest, if you're a T and you're in connector and the door gets blown open, you're just super nervous anyway. So, not the worst thing to be doing at nearly every round. As Norbert gets a little bit of information, but will not chase. As Endpoint look for a mistake assignment, but none to be had yet, Dust.
They're just going to go for the B execute. They do have a smoke for Heaven, and then one other smoke for maybe Sidewalk or the side itself to cover the plant. Trying to do a little bit of a boost of their own here. Not fruitful. They do damage, so I guess in some regard it was successful. Lightens up the defense just a bit. Counter utility, though, coming in from Syman is really starting to slow Endpoint down, buying time for rotation before the execute even comes in, and Krias basically just gets one for free there. Lucky chance spray that the smoke finds the dome of Surreal, which lines his attack up even more. CTs are completely in position now. Endpoint are absolutely screwed at this point. Mighty Max trying to maybe put some pressure at Abe. He's actually by himself with the bomb, and Norbert's still here. So this could be a real problem, but Mighty Max does get away.
Krias looking to farm money with his MP9. We'll do just that. And Syman keep it flawless. That's kind of the ideal way to start your CT side.
Yep.
You steal a couple rounds, you get those AKs stolen back, and you go flawless to bring it within 2. So Krias has tons of cash. I imagine they might even just break out the op. I mean, if you're going to be this rich, why not?
That's a tough one. Like, if you're Endpoint, you just got to go for something. Then they got stalled out for way too long. But I imagine they're just going to keep the SMGs in play. They know that they're up against the full save from Endpoint. They want to get as much money farmed as they can. Can't blame them. Doing all kinds of utility damage early here is Syman, and Norbert will indeed get one of those MP9 frags in pretty early on. Glocks only pretty much from Endpoint, but they actually did get one frag, and they actually still have another in trouble. That's Mo down. So they get a couple of AKs. Probably still not a chance to win the round, but they've at least forced some rebuys.
Wouldn't mind them throwing the AK out of the map. I don't think I'd be too offended by that. But it will get dropped, as Surreal will wait.
Oh.
Will this get cleared? I don't know if that was going to get cleared.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him for the peak either.
Yeah.
Like, either way, he was trying to make a play and it almost worked out. So, I don't know, like, not bad from Endpoint, all things considered, getting a couple of kills with only Glocks and almost the third kill. Obviously, it was kind of a bonus round from Syman because they were holding on to MP9, so they still have money to full buy around anyway. But not a bad look from Endpoint that round. Not a bad attempt. Close game on our hands now, Seaside. Close game.
I like it. Close games are exhilarating. Mo breaks out the AWP. I believe that was donated by Krias.
It's honestly just hot starts from Syman each half. I mean, they won pistol first half and got to 3-0 because of it. And this round, while they didn't win pistol, they immediately followed up with a force buy that was successful and were able to get, you know, a 3-1 start, right? So
Can they maintain, or are they going to let Endpoint pull it back? I guess that's kind of the question, huh?
Yep. That is. Nailed it.
I had a feeling that's where we were headed. As Mo posts up with the op. Some nades in. Free damage on Crucial. And it looks like they are
kind of lackluster. I thought it was gonna do more than that. It looked like it was dead on him. So the fact that he only took 25 hit points is not too shabby.
Nades and stairs, or should I say nades and floors, have an interesting relationship.
Yeah, grenades in this game are weird.
Please fix.
Never will happen.
No, that's going to be a permanent staple, I guess.
Yes.
It's a feature, not a glitch.
Don't worry, Source 2 will fix everything. Just kidding. Stop getting your hopes up.
I'll get a CSGO tattoo when Source 2 comes out. Norbert?
Don't promise that.
Close smoke. I'll never get the tattoo then, Dust, won't I? As Norbert will right-click a smoke here, front bathroom. And the boost, the counter boost on bench works beautifully. Lets them look into bathrooms and pick Nealon. I bet he wasn't ready for that, as Norbert now is kind of left on an island.
Are they going to do it again?
Wow, this is greedy.
Okay. It kind of works, but not the way they thought it would. It was a different utility of the boost. You actually don't see that boost that often anymore. It used to be commonplace, but now it's like something you just see every now and then. But certainly Endpoint gets to good use. They're in a 4-on-3. Thomas has held short B this entire time, being kind of their default player at the B side of the map. And he's done his job to maintain control, get information, but now they will shuffle back over all the remaining members to the A side, and it's really on Mo. He's the main guy here to try to stop this, but can't stop that plant.
I feel like they do have enough cash to kind of force this retake, but at the same time, is it worth just cashing out? We'll see. I think it comes down to how Kiosk fails, or sorry, not fails, like fared with that peak, and as we saw, it was a fail, unfortunately, and that will send Mo and Korea's out. Endpoint answer back, and seemingly just like the previous half, whenever they answer back, they always answer back with keeping a fair amount of players alive.
Yeah, that's fair. So Endpoint, you know, gun rounds were fine for them last half. I mean, they won the majority of the rounds after the 0-3 start. They did really well. They had a couple of rounds that they made some mistakes. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but they overall did well. And so we'll see if that kind of carries over onto the T side. Certainly a great round there from them. They are a team that, when I've watched them play over past T sides in the past, they really do seem to favor the B splits more often than not. In the games that I saw, they seem to like to take short, B control really quickly and kind of use that for B splits. But when they do hit A, they go for it immediately. Like they don't send Thomas B too long by himself. They kind of get him involved as soon as they can. He's their big playmaker. This round, though, they're kind of forced to be a little bit more passive because of the CT aggression at Fountain, so they have to be a little bit more careful.
And it looks like they are going to pack up off of this. They'll leave Nealon where he is. On the head angle. Secures one kill. Crucial. Removes him back, but there's the AWP of Mo. And it is just becoming a bloodbath. As Mo is all of a sudden the last man standing, but Endpoint have gotten the short end of the stick. Robin's down to 12 HP. They lost the majority of their players. Surreal recovers from what could have been an issue. And does he just keep on stampeding to A? Does he beat Kiosk? I don't think so. The timing's weird here.
It's putting the utility down, but this allows Kiosk to get space over towards APC, and he can still wrap the opposite side of the site. He is beating these Molotovs. He's able to get into good position here. They have... Oh, Surreal!
Wow.
That's a... Oh, man. He's the savior of the round. What a big couple of kills from him.
Imagine being ready for that, though. That must be so upsetting.
It's like that's the one losing condition, as if he got in already, and so Surreal just, happens to take a look, and he's right. Now it's all on Kriez.
Oh, smart from Robin. He heard Kriez running along.
I'm out of here.
Like, yeah, I don't want any of what he's selling. Yeah, if Kriez got that kill, there might have been a chance, but Endpoint get to 12, and I'm curious what Syman's money's going to look like. I have a feeling not good. Yeah.
Spoiler alert. It's not good.
Now the question there is this a half? It says probably a light buy, right? Because you're going to get 2,400 here. You'll buy next. Give up 13.
Yeah,
put
you probably,
Kriez in a fragging
like if you're
spot.
Kriez, you drop your deagle to somebody. You pistol armor some of the other guys. Yeah, they'll do like a partial investment here for sure. But still should be Endpoint's round. Still should be firmly in the driver's seat.
Nade open on the door. A setup from Nealon and Norbert with the Deegs. The dirty Deegs. But it seems like
Dreams.
Endpoint are aware. Did you say the Deeg Dreams?
Deegs and Dreams. I feel like that could be like a cool team name.
I like that.
Deegs and Dreams. Probably not a good enough team name for professional level. But that's like definitely a solid team name for like ESEA main or something. I feel like
Yeah.
get on that.
Giving out great ideas here for free, Dust.
Yeah, I probably should not do that.
No.
The other money I can get these days.
The AK of Kriez, I said, isn't a good... I was about to say it's in a good spot. He helps Norbert get a kill. They have yet to clear out Mo, who may get a freebie here. No,
Nope.
Good timing from Robin to come up towards long. He had a feeling, an inkling, someone was still around, but there's Nealon up through connector. Endpoint don't fully clear that and really commit to hold the watch. And if Kriez can get one or two, slow him down 30 seconds, I mean, this can get weird. He might even
they're in
just
a lot
let
of
them
trouble.
go.
Big kill there from him. Gets the bomb down again. So we're able to trade, but it's still a tight 2-on-2. And we see a player's already tucked into the offense position here. But
Wow.
Robin, he's the man. No sidekick today for him.
This duo has just been deadly. Nealon, though, another D kill for him. His second. All it takes is one bullet, health aside. One shot in on Surreal. And this round can be done. He has the nade. And Surreal's just going to wait. He's going to count down to 5, wait for the tap. And Nealon will pick up the AK. Will Surreal give him the opportunity? Playing it to a T, really. The kit does get picked up. Surreal's going to jump spot, sees that he's off it, and I think Nealon's been played. I think the gig is up, and Surreal will do it with the help of Robin early on. And those two, seemingly the dynamic duo, with
Does that
Thomas
make
trying to
Surreal
be the
Batman?
silent fragger. Yeah, Surreal and Batman.
I guess he could be like a younger Batman, like a Batman Beyond kind of situation.
He kind of
Which
has
I would
like...
prefer. Can we please stop remaking Batman and just do a Batman Beyond film? Can we just do that?
Ooh.
Can we just collectively get on that? Because what, they have what's his name now as the new Batman?
Oh,
Forget the guy's name.
Twilight guy.
Yeah.
Robert Patterson.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I want a
surprised I
Batman
remembered that.
Beyond film. Okay. I'm done with Batman remakes.
Okay.
I
And let's
want
be
some of
honest.
that new stuff.
Surreal's name can fit a Batman role. Kia Man.
There you go.
See? Just
I'm
saying.
a superhero.
The UKCS is a dark place.
But Kia Man is like, that's a rough hero name. It's like, what is that, like a cheap sedan? Like,
Yeah, in the state over here in America. Yeah. yeah. It's a catch-22 name.
he's a Kia Soul. You know, he's just out there, boxy self, rolling around. Anyway.
Seats 4 when it should really
Yeah.
only sit 2. Yeah. Mo out here with the op, fishing for something. No one will take the bait. As Robin is practicing his distancing as he pushes up here towards long. And Norbert, this is the bait and switch you wanted earlier. The cubby with an op posted. We're going to see that now from Syman. As
What?
I think Nealon may have just forgot he was in a round and then remembered where he was and gotten that kill.
That was wild. And really desperately needed, because Endpoint are on the verge of winning this map. The economy's in such a bad place for Syman. You're basically force buying for the rest of the game if you lose here. And so that's a really big kill to get early to kind of give yourself an advantage to work with. They had the bait and switch, as you said, at long A. Mo able to get his kill. His teammate pushed long, still undetected. So you can still certainly pull one over on a teammate of Endpoints later on down the line. That's a big miss.
Okay, go on, Thomas. Will they overlook long, though? Will Norbert not get peeked? And Thomas will clear it. A face check's better than no check. But with time where it is, they need to find him. And he peeks right into Crucial's arms. Will not wait for his teammates. Seemingly an easy kill as Mighty Max through the smoke. Kiosk hangs on. Can Crucial clutch up and get 14, or Syman hit double digits? He's going to peek. There's one. Are they going to keep giving him the fight? He has the angle. And Nealon is just going to wait. Tap on the bomb. Crucial hits the one. Can he get him all? Crucial will do it. The myth, the man, the legend, Crucial with 4 kills, Dust. I thought he didn't have a chance, if I'm going to be real.
Oh, my.
Wow.
That's a brilliant individual effort there from Crucial. Definitely glad we get to see the replay on this. Just great shots all around. Where was Korea's looking, though?
Was he long? Like, maybe didn't get a calm?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, he wasn't even looking Crucial's direction. I mean, obviously, he was stuck. He was trying to get away. If he gets to the other side of the truck, maybe that plays out differently. But he doesn't even seem to know exactly where he was. That was kind of weird. But either way, this is what I'm talking about. You lose that round. Your economy is in the dumps. You basically have to give either one away for free and play for OT, or you're force buying just every single round. They've elected to kind of go a middle-of-the-road approach. Not much to work with this round. Probably lose it. But at least they will get a full buy and what could be the final round of the map in the next one. So that is what they're banking on. Ooh, Mo. Hello there. He's had the perfect timing. He's in for something.
Okay. Mo's trying. He's dancing here. This is a little weird for Endpoint. Mo's looking crispy. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird situation because him and Dozier were supposed to be playing for a team in China or something like that. And then obviously Space Godzilla kind of ruined everything. And yeah, so they just kind of had to go their separate ways. Dozier still being a meme over in the CIS region. What is it? Mustang Crew, whatever the hell that is.
Yeah, Mustang.
They had a great video for the roster announcement, and then Mo kind of went this direction, playing with Syman. So
yet to be determined who really got the better end of the deal, I suppose. And I must say, any video you throw Doja in is going to be banging.
Oh yeah, sure.
Molly behind Korea. 8 seconds. He tried the hero play. Nealon through the smoke, lands one shot, but his time in this round are numbered, and maybe this map,
yeah,
maybe it's kind of
not a bad effort to be fair, though. I mean, this round they didn't have a whole lot to work with, and there was actually some ways they could have won. Like they got a couple of kills, they had Surreal very low, they almost pulled it off. Like Mo had a pretty cool little play there towards long, but just didn't quite come to fruition. And so now we're at these crossroads where it's either Endpoint winning here very soon, or it's going to be Syman winning 6 in a row to force overtime. I've really yet to see them be able to streak together gun rounds, so I don't have much faith in them, but we'll have to see.
Norbert, you got a rifle, my friend. We'll pull that out eventually. As he's being very aggressive, elects to, you know what, I'm going to fall back. He's going to let Mo take next contact, but Mo's kind of out on an island. I think he's not going to get one. He won't. Looking high ground. Crucial was low ground. And now Norbert will try to pick up the mantle, try to find this aggressive push, and he'll fall too. I think that might just be icing on the cake. Yeah.
It's done. It might be dusted. Yeah, it is. Okay. Done. Over. Kaput.
Bang.
Completed. Finished.
You have a lot of words for finishing things, Dust.
I'm good at finishing things.
This we know. This we know. I'm proud. And the 2Ks gonna try to clutch up. I'll spell clutch with a K in their honor. Kiosk through the smoke. Okay. Crucial's low. As an optimist, I have to be supportive of this attempt. And unfortunately, coming through a smoke is never easy, as Korea's gonna try to peek in towards Mighty Max, and that'll do it. Endpoint will take overpass. Not as dominant as I thought it would be. So, but at the same time, Endpoint kind of lost some rounds they shouldn't. So this could have been like a 16-5.
This could have been like
really.
16-5